You exist because of 1,300 people. Not a country, not a city, 1,300 people total. That's smaller than your school, smaller than most apartment buildings. That was all of humanity, and they held on for 117,000 years. 900,000 years ago, something went wrong. Nobody knows exactly what. Maybe the climate shifted. Maybe Africa turned cold and dry almost overnight. Maybe the food disappeared. Whatever happened, 98.7% of our ancestors died. In 2023, a team of scientists at the Chinese Academy of Sciences did something that had never been done before. They didn't dig up bones. They didn't find new fossils. They read the DNA of 3,154 people alive today, and they found a scar. Deep inside every human genome on Earth, a signature, a mark left by catastrophe. The method they used is called FitCoal. It can trace population sizes millions of years back, and it found the same pattern in every single person tested. African, non-African, every population, every continent, same scar, same moment, same near extinction. Now, some scientists pushed back. They said the pattern could be a statistical error, a ghost in the model, not a real event. The original team retested everything in 2025 with more data, with different methods. Their answer, the bottleneck was real. The population didn't just shrink, it collapsed from roughly 100,000 people down to 1,280 breeding individuals. That's the number who survived long enough to have children, who passed something forward, who kept the chain alive. And then they just stayed there for 117,000 years. To put that in perspective, all of recorded human history is about 5,000 years. These 1,300 people held on for 23 times that length in conditions we don't fully understand, without knowing if it would ever get better. Now here's the part that should make you stop. Geneticists call this a bottleneck, like a bottle being squeezed. Everything that passes through has to fit a narrow point, and what passes through changes. When a population drops that small, genetic diversity collapses. 65% of everything we were, gone. Traits, variations, possibilities erased. Whatever survived the bottleneck became the only version of us left, which means every human alive today, all 8 billion of us, descended from that single compressed group. We don't just share a species, we share ancestors who knew each other, who probably sat around the same fires, who may have spoken to each other. The genetic distance between any two humans on Earth today is remarkably small. Scientists have noted for years that humans are genetically less diverse than most other great apes. This is why we almost didn't exist, and the version of us that survived was narrow. Now here's what nobody talks about. The bottleneck may have done something else entirely. Around 813,000 years ago, the exact moment populations begin to recover, something happened inside our DNA. Humans lost a chromosome. Every other great ape has 48 chromosomes. Chimpanzees, 48. Gorillas, 48. Humans, 46. 2 chromosomes fused into one. Chromosome 2 in humans is the result of that fusion. Scientists have known about this for decades. What they didn't understand was why it spread through the entire species. In a large population, a random chromosome change gets diluted, lost in the noise. Most individuals with such a change never pass it on, but in a population of 1,300, a single genetic change can spread through everyone within just a few generations. The bottleneck may have accidentally locked in what made us different, not just different from Neanderthals, different from every other hominin that ever walked this planet. The compression that nearly killed us might have been the exact thing that created us. When the population recovered, starting around 813,000 years ago, it wasn't the same species going back to normal. It was something new, something forged in 117,000 years of pressure, something with a slightly different brain, a slightly different capacity. Those 1,300 people didn't just survive, they became us. And here's where it gets personal. Think about what 1,300 people actually looks like. A stadium holds 80,000, a small town holds 5,000. 1,300 is a large high school. That was the entire future of the human species. Every person who ever lived after that moment, every war, every invention, every civilization, every song ever written, came from that group, came from people who woke up every day not knowing if there would be food, who had no idea what they were the last of, who just kept going. You are the result of 900,000 years of impossible odds. Every ancestor in your line made it. Through ice ages, through extinctions, not one of them, not a single one, failed to survive long enough to have a child, all the way back to those 1,300 people sitting somewhere in an ancient world that was trying to erase them. And it failed, which is the only reason you're here right now, reading this, breathing. We came so close to not existing, and then we built everything.